Welcome to Verns Sea Fishing. This week's video, it is the 14th of March. You'll never get a more up-to-date video on this channel because I've got to bang some in. That's what I've got to do, get some in the bank. But give us a like, give us a thumbs up, and give us a subscribe. But press that hype button. That's what you need to do. Press it now 3 times. I'm quite greedy. But yeah, here we are. It is Saturday. I've got a video going up Wednesday and I haven't got any in the bank. So keep watching. We're here today. I don't know what we'll get, but just come along for the ride. Let's cut for the in route. Right, so we're here. We're fishing right into the drain. This will take ages to fill up if it actually does. We're only on a 5.4 metre tide. It's the smallest tide I've ever fished. I'll tell you why I'm fishing here in a bit, but I'm gonna cast out there and utilise the drain to get it back. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it now. I hate it when I haven't got videos and I have to go fishing, because if I don't go fishing, I'm not gonna have a video. I like to go fishing on the day I want to go, because it's about me, isn't it? Yes, and I've got the hat back. What do you think? Chiseled looks? Hey? With the old hat. I found it in the garage. It was a bit cold, maybe damp, and cold, yeah. And that's it, but it feels warm now and it's dry, so that's good. But I had to get it out because I could feel the sun on my tabs. So yeah, anyhow, back to the fishing bit and not the Vernon bit. We are fishing with the old Ziplex TF5050s. We've got the Spin Fisher 6500 live liner. It is perfect for this river. I've got line on there which is Trabuco line, and it is 0.45 millimeter, 66 pound breaking strain. No leader because I only have red thump it. A gentle off the ground, it would probably take that, but I don't do that. I just need to get out there. So that's what we're fishing today. We have got on the end a brand new 2-hook flapper. The bottom hook is a sliver of squid, which is expertly put on, small lovely bait that will entice and lead to a good hookup with that hook point. Up here demonstrating is a frozen squid head. That is a monstrosity of a bait. It should not be baited up like that. I might even change it. I'm going to change it. Shall I tell you why I'm going to change it? I'll tell you. I'm going to change it because it's only just pierced through the skin and it'll come out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down the end and then I'm going to come out there. That's a bit better, but it'll still slump down. It is a rubbish bait up. If you bait up like that, it's not good. It's going to lead to missed bites, bait coming off and everything else. But for me, it is going out there because it's first cast. It's frozen and I can't do much more than that. I could put some bait elastic on, but I don't want to have to take it off. So here we are. I love this spot because look at the stones. They're so small and inviting, aren't they? You could just lay down there, cozy up to yourself, have a good snooze. Absolutely fantastic to walk on. I am not going to get stroppy. And this is going to be the calmest I've ever been. We ain't got much of a tide. Like I say, it's a 5.4. High tide's at 2:30, 2:37 to be precise. And I need to be leaving by 4 o'clock-ish because I'm at a party tonight and it's an hour to get home. 5, that leaves me 2 hours to put my gear away. That's 20 minutes. And then get ready. Which means I don't get much of a sit down. And I want to sit down on the sofa. So, it's a beautiful day. It is Saturday. Tomorrow is rain. I have got no videos in the bank. So it is I've got to come today. The other thing I could have done was go Monday, but then leave early so that I can get the card to Tom to edit. But so it had to be today. I've had to come here because the tides are rubbish. Can't go anywhere else because I'm be dragging it over rocks. The reason I'm fishing here is because I catch very little here. I have caught here, I think, in my memory banks back here. I can't remember what it was though. But there you go, got the sun on me now. That looks better, doesn't it? But it used to be when I was 18. I did look different when I was 18. Don't know where it went though. Don't know. Went somewhere. Don't know where. Woke up one morning and when I saw him first wrinkling, I thought, flip my neck, I had to phone the wife. Yeah, I was. And I'm not getting into all that. I'm not getting into all that. Where was I? Where was I? Yeah, so it's rubbish tides. So I was going to go fish me normal amount further down. As a matter of fact, I was going to go one further along because it's all tarmacked. And I was going to fish that. You still have to clamber down. But when I looked at all the rocks and everything, and I thought, oh, it's just going to be a bit of a nightmare. Not for getting caught up, but just for me walking about. So if it was a 6'2" or a 6.5, 7 metre, I'd be down there because I'd wait till the water come in and then fish it. So I'm fishing here, and that's the reason why I'm fishing here. If I don't catch, I don't catch. I'm fishing here for comfort, for me, because that's what it's about. And at the end of the day, just being out in this sun, doing something that you enjoy is enough for me. If I catch a fish, it's a bonus. All right.
You get many here?
Not in this spot, you done.
I mean, is that for real? Really?
What?
Is that for real where it says to? Is it a sewage?
No, it's a drain. It's where all the water's off the fields.
Oh, right.
So when it gets to a certain level, there's sensors there, it'll open up.
Oh, right.
And then when the tide is out, the flap opens and the water drains the fields, otherwise they'll all flood. Because years ago, this is an estuary, isn't it?
Well, yeah.
It's just been tamed by human beings. So that's all it is. I guess, I don't know why they're there, just being funny, I guess. Well, let's hope it's not sewage. You'll see it. When you go up through here, you can see that ditch, can't you? Where you park your car. Yeah. I hate casting overhead thumbs. I really do, because they're the casts that go wrong, aren't they? And that one went wrong. I got down there, saw where I was going to cast, thought, right, let's go for it. And then, as I come back here, I thought, let's give it a bit more beans and make sure I get out there. And then, when I give it more beans, I didn't let go until totally at the wrong point. So it went at 200 miles an hour. 20 yards out, if that. But that's the cast. That's where it is. If I'm going to catch, that's where I'll catch. So I hope the wind isn't affecting you too much. It is windy. I've got my shelter, but there's no big stones there. And for me to kick these little stones over the shelter, I can do it, but it just knackers me out. So I'm not going to do it. So today, I'm fishing like the 1980s. But I haven't got a wicker basket. I've got a plastic box. Everything's plastic now, isn't it? Can't have a wicker basket. No. Everything used to dry in a wicker basket. You could leave everything in there and eventually it'd all dry. But not these plastic ones. It's like a mini environment in there. It's like a sauna, but cold. That's why all your reels and everything go cruddy and muck up. You have to take them out, rinse them under the tap and leave them on the drainer for a few days, and every day just give it a quick whirl with your handle, because water logs in, it spins it out. And then once they're totally dry, put them in the garage, and then a couple of days later I'll put them in the bags. Sometimes I leave them on the drainer for over a week or to the next session. But that's why my reels are in such good condition, because I rinse them and they are left to dry. If you put them in a reel bag or in your box, it's like a micro environment in there, and if there's any salt water on it, then it starts to go furry, doesn't it, and start corroding your reels, and that's just laziness really. But you know, if you got plenty of money, I suppose it don't matter, do it? It depends what your outlook on life is. If you think once they're knackered I'll get 2 more, that's it. I hope not to have to buy any more fixed bill reels, so I can keep buying multipliers. See you in a bit. Like I was saying before the battery went, I had a tuna sandwich, and then another cup of coffee. So I've just been sitting there in the sun. Don't get me wrong, it's warm, but it's also cold. The longer you sit here, you start getting chilly. But it's lovely having the sun out, seeing the sun on the floor, the sun's rays, and feeling it on your face a little bit, because it, like I say, that wind that's blowing this way, it's blowing to me, it is chilly, because obviously it's sort of like northeast or northeast. So yeah, it's a bit chilly once you've been sat down for a while. So you won't believe what I've gone and done. I've only gone and put my heated jacket on, and I've turned it on. I thought to myself, let's get hot, Vern, and let's sweat. Let's get all snuggly. So that's what I've gone and done. I've put it on, and it's cut the wind that was blowing through my hoodie. Let's cut that down. Plus it's warming me up. I'm lovely. It's lovely. I shall not ever forget my heated jacket again unless I don't need it. But yeah, I just thought I'd bring you along so you can have a look at the rods. I'm only fishing one rod because I wanted an easy day. That's why I'm fishing this mark on these stones. It's a nice slope straight to the water. Be nice to pull out a flounder. I don't expect to get anything else there. If I was where I normally fish, probably have a good chance for a codlin, I expect. Maybe a whiting. Don't seem to be many about now. So John's rod, how am I doing with John's rod? Well, I finally whipped it all to the standard that I'm happy with. I had a few problems with it. It's been a learning curve. It's been a while since I whipped the rod, and I don't know how I didn't get these problems before. But I kept getting fish eyes in my high build, and I realised through watching the only YouTube video from America talking about faults, and I realised that the stuff that I'm putting on my head for these psoriasis type things, which is a Vaseline based type of ointment, even if you wash your hands, as soon as you're running cotton through your fingers, it's imparting that ointment onto that cotton, and then when you put the eye build on, it reacts with it. So it took me a while, but as soon as I put this particular video on where it explains everything, and it was so helpful, I learnt so much through doing John's rod. Right, I've just been talking to you on camera, and I think the file got corrupted or something. It's just had to, I've just put a new battery in, and it's just had to repair the file. So I've just reeled that in. I'll check back on footage and see what I actually filmed, but what I'm going to do is take that bait off, put fresh bait on. bloody GoPros, eh? I think it's the batteries. I'm gonna hold them batteries out, I think. So, well, is that filming? I've just baited up some, yeah, it's filming. Don't know what happened there. I've had the 3 batteries I've put in. It's not that cold either. Sorry for chewing this sweet. It's not that cold either. But as soon as I put them in, one of them started talking straight away and it cut out. So I put them all in a place. I'm not bringing them again. I've got these ones from the GoPro Aero 7 and they're perfectly alright. So I'm just going to use them from now on. Hopefully I've got something. If I haven't, I'm fishing today. I've got no videos. It's a 5.4 metre tide. It's sunny. I've got my heated jacket on. I've switched it on. It's lovely and roasty. I'm snuggly. And I've had one cast out, which I ballsed up. Went 20 yards. I've just reeled it in. Now chucking it out again. So, that's a pretty much up to date. Oh, and I have mentioned, you won't believe it, but I've mentioned, press that like button. I'm hoping that what I've filmed is on there. Just come up that my file was corrupt and it's repaired it. Isn't that kind of GoPro to do that for me? Done it again. I shall leave this out 20 minutes and then I shall reel it in. Fucking hell. I can't wait to get on them beaches. Can't wait to get on the beaches for the simple reason that I'll be able to lay that weight on the floor and do an off the ground cast. But then you can lay the weight on the ground there and do an off the ground cast. Yes, you're right, you're spot on. For the observant out there, brilliant. You are spot on. The problem is, if I cast too far out there, it'll shoot all the way down. Or I'll pick up a load of weed. I don't want that either. At the minute, I'm doing okay. Now this water's in front of me, I'll be able to cast straight out, because I can bring it back through this water before it hits the mud. Right, I better look at this video, Anna, because I don't think. What was it on? It was on 7 minutes 41 seconds. So hopefully we'll film something. See you in a bit. Beautiful day, isn't it? for March the 14th. And look at that beautiful rod. 150 notes. Yeah, yes, it's old, but it's a match fishing rod, tournament fishing. It's not overly stiff at all. It's got some bend in it. And I think if that was off the ground casted, that would go for miles. You don't need to spend £400 or £500 on a rod. Because if you didn't want a second-hand Ziplex, go buy a Daiwa Kenzaki from Jerry's of Morecambe. It's the only place you can buy it. But they're £220, £230. Brand new rod. Exact same action as some of these rods at £600. £500. And they're half the price. Less than half the price. Beautiful in blue and black. Looks stunning. Loads of power. More power if I had a good hip and learnt to cast, which more on my casting. I've been practicing my casting in the house and that, and other places. And I think I've now worked out what I was doing wrong. I've been watching someone that knows how to cast on YouTube, and a couple of things I weren't doing, he does. And when I practiced that, it all fell into place. So hopefully, on my next trip that I go to the beach, it'll all come together. I can't see it not coming together. And if it does, what a lot of time I wasted. Anyhow, what was I saying? Yeah. You never hear, do you? See, I can't work it out. You hear of all these rods that are promoted and everything, because it is promotion, so that's why you hear about it, isn't it? But you never really hear a lot about Daiwa. They just sit quietly in the background, selling their rods, of which are top quality, and they've got expensive rods. It's rods that I couldn't afford, but well, wouldn't want to pay that money for. And you just think to yourself, you never hear much about Daiwa, do you? But they just sit there. They must be the biggest, or one of the biggest manufacturers of rods and equipment. They've certainly been around since I've been born. I think the Saltist rod has come to the end of its days. If I didn't have the Kenzaki, I would have a Daiwa Saltist, because that's a beautiful looking rod. Looks great in the cast. I met a chap who was doing pendulum swinging down on the coast, and I was chatting to him for like half an hour. And boy, did he launch that. He was such a good caster. Couldn't ever want for another rod. The action, you can use it on rough ground to clean beaches, the same as the Kenzaki. And the distance, because he was a good caster and he was an old boy, you know, he wasn't a young man, big, so it's all brawn to make up from quality of casting. He was just quality at casting. Bang, went 8 miles. Couldn't believe it. Well, I could believe it because I was watching him. Anyhow, that's it. Get yourself an old Ziplex. Get yourself a Daiwa Kenzaki. You can always sell it if you don't like it. Do it in 14 foot and in 13 foot 6, 14 foot 4 I think, 14 foot 6, 13 foot 6. Right, update. Newsflash. I thought, didn't I, that I thought that I had 14 rods. Remember the bass rod that I bought a few weeks ago off Alan? I thought I had 13 rods and that made 14. I was wrong. I have been fishing and going about life with 13 Ziplex rods in my garage. I couldn't believe it. I had to count them 6, 7, 8 times, go through them all, take them out of the rod bags. I couldn't believe it. I thought I'd lost a rod fishing with 13. That's not good news, is it? At all. So I bought another rod. Wasn't gonna buy another rod, but Mr. Spolt texted me a picture and said, do you want this rod? And I said, yes, I do. So I'm now a proud owner of a Ziplex XTR. That's a ground casting rod. It is was owned by Dave Vickery, who was apparently, through what I know, I don't know much else. If anyone's in this video, let me know. Dave Vickery, big friends with Terry Carroll, and when the rod come out, he'd get it because he was on the casting scene apparently. And yeah, so I've got a XTR ground casting rod that he had, and it's got a reducer shoved in the bottom. So John says to me he thinks it's an XTR top, and he probably just grabbed the butt. But whatever it is, these casters, I've known them chop bits off, add bits on and all sorts. But yeah, that's what I've got. So I've now got 14 Ziplexes with the possibility of 15. But the chap, very good friend of mine, very good friend, yeah, he's just got to stop being so lazy and get up in that loft. I would personally tell me boy to go up there, his boy to go up there and get it, because, you know, we aren't spring chickens anymore, are we? But it's hard work for him to get a cup of tea out of that lad. Isn't that right, Gordon? Fancy not making your dad a cup of tea after all you've done for him, mate. All you've done for him. I don't know. So yeah, you never know, one day. But yeah, there was also an F0 for sale, but I just bought this XTR off John, and I had just bought a £120 smoky chrome Magalite with green frame and green handle like the Pro. So you can only buy so much, can't you? Plus I've bought another reel which is a 5000, which I'm putting run dry ceramic bearings in it. It's got a fixed shaft on it, bearings in the end. I'm putting a monomag on, changing it from a level line to a CT cage, and I'm going to put that on my bass rod. That's the whole idea of that, because it's a small light reel and I think it'll look the dog's bollocks. So yeah, you've got to cut your cloth, haven't you? And I've spent enough this month. I'm going out tonight, so there'll be a few pints there. Kids are going to be there as well. Yeah, roll on the next payment. And fuel prices, hey, sometimes we've got to make a sacrifice for the right, for the good. There you go. If prices go up, you have to pay them, don't you? Or else I can't come fishing. Absolutely beautiful. No chance of rain, hopefully, otherwise the shelter will get put up and I'll stand underneath it holding it. Let's see what happens. Woo! Battery's working. Right, I'll put you here on this again. I don't know how much of that last conversation, it has saved some of it. I guess it saved all of it. So if it has, you know the story with the Ziplexes. But if you don't know, a brief reminder, or it's terrible when you get old, you forget words. It's not that you go on senile or anything. It's just that the word that you want to use just disappears and you think, what's the matter with me? But I've been told it's normal as I can be anyhow. So yeah, a quick recap on that situation is, thought I had 13 rods, and the bass rod I got of Alan made 14, but I actually had 12 Ziplex rods making the bass rod I got of Alan 13. But I've now sorted all that bad luck out by the fact that I've just bought a rod off John Spalton last weekend, and that is a Ziplex XTR. I'm going to leave it at that because I'm not going into it any more than that. If I haven't recorded the whole palaver that was the story of the Ziplexes, you'll get it in the next video. The gearbox on my van. I am back in my van. I can't say how good my van is now, but I'm gonna try. It won't do it justice, but I'm gonna try. I've had a new gearbox. It's a second-hand gearbox. It's out of a scrapyard. It was 380 quid. I also had a new clutch kit, so I've got a new clutch in my van. They had trouble bleeding it because it wouldn't hold pressure, and the next day they had to fit a clutch master cylinder, which is just plastic. My garage bloke weren't happy. Anyhow, that's fitted. I got in my van, I put my clutch in, and it went straight to the floor. I could not believe how light my clutch is now. It's as light as a feather. Unbelievable. All the pain I was in on my holidays in August driving around, because the wife can't drive in the Lake District, was unbelievable. And I thought about getting an automatic estate car so I could still get around easier. Now I've got a new clutch cylinder and new clutch. It's unbelievable. It's like when I depress the pedal, there's nothing there. It's fantastic. So things are looking up. All I've got to do now is sort some of the rust spots, which will get bodged. They'll get filled and brush painted, because I'm not bothered as long as it ain't deteriorating. I've got a van now which mechanically, engine wise, is sound. Fingers crossed. And ball joints, brakes and all that malarkey's all right from the last MOT. So it drives like a dream. It's probably the best driving vehicle I've had for a long time. So I'm happy with that. We're back in the van. That means I can go places and sleep when it gets a bit warmer, and stop the night and get another session in, so I can get my videos built back up. But there, this YouTube lark has to work for me, you know. And I've hated having to come out this week. Fucking flask. I've hated having to come out this week, and it's a nice day today. I've actually picked the best day, but I did want to go yesterday, but I came today. So, but when I was at home talking to the wife, I said I'd rather just sit here today, do a bit more on the rod, do some other stuff. But it's nice here. I'm enjoying being there. It was a pleasure to drive my van here. Total pleasure. And it's lovely being there. And I'm talking to you, my loyal supporters, old Verns army. Keep watching. Don't take offence of what I say, because we all don't agree with everybody all of the time, even people we're good friends with. That's called getting along. I think it's an old-fashioned sort of thing, because these days that don't really happen very much. There's some people's views, and if you don't agree with it, you shouldn't be here. Can't work that one out. You need people that disagree in this world, don't you? You know, you could say idiots. Because then it allows you to get on in life if you're not so much of one of them. But nowadays, they now make it worthwhile for them, don't they? So there's no higher ground. You might as well not even bother getting an education in this world. You might as well just be a twat all your life, and then when you decide not to, and you got no education and nothing else, you get everything given to you. You even get given jobs, don't you? Or you seem to. Some people seem to. Anyhow, it's lovely here. The sun's back out. The sun is back out. Ugh. And then rod's moved. That rod ain't moved, has it? Next one I'm going to bait up with the lugworm. That'll all be defrosted now. Time is 2 o'clock. I've got 37 minutes to high water. I've been and looked at where I normally fish, and the water is halfway up them big rocks I don't like. Well, they aren't big rocks, they're just hard work to walk over if there's not a clean path like these stones down there. If these stones in them paths down there are covered in mud, then it's slippery. That was a bit of sign language, that was. So yeah, on a 4.7 or a 5 metre, definitely a 5 metre, I'll be all right down there on another day when I feel a lot better. Doing this rod for John yesterday, I was on my hands and knees in the kneeling position, and it crippled me. It was like I'd fitted a carpet in a front room with a bad hip. So I got up this morning and I was feeling it a bit, but I'm okay now, and that's why I've picked this mark. It's 30 yards from a van. You can see it's clean stones. You know, it is absolutely fantastic, and that's where you come down. So yeah, it's just convenient. It's just I never catch much air. One flounder will be enough. I'm expecting a blank. If I'd have gone my normal spot, I'd have probably caught. But if there's a fish out there and they go near my bait, they might take it, mightn't they? Right, I shall bring you back when I reel in. See you in a bit. There we go. Right, we're going to get this reeled in. Cast it back out again, so that it's all fan-dabby doozy. We'll try and cast it better this time. I've pre-baited a rig up, so we're a bit more professional. There you go. Now then, where shall I cast it? What shall I do? I'm going to cast straight out because I've got this water in front of me. And see if we balls this up. I don't know if there's a back end here. Perfect. Best cast today. I don't know though. I'll take some of that slack up. I think the wind is blowing a bow in it. I need to watch it, but I can always go down there to reel it in. It's not a problem. So yeah, there. Well, that's that done, isn't it? What have we got here? I've got a pre-baited thing up there. I clearly baited it up, so I shall put that on one of the hooks. It's the size of my middle finger. Look, so I'll cut that in half and put half on each hook. And that'll be on that rig. So bound to be some mice about, and look at this. This was a bottle. It's quite a big bottle, really. If you look at the size of that, how thick it is, that's quite a substantial bottle of whatever it was. It could have even been a beaker or something. There is some writing on the bottle, but it's just one letter. It looks like a C. It could be a beer bottle, could have been a medicine bottle, or like one of them bottles with the stoppers in that you used to have. But it's certainly a bottle of something. I would say it'll be a bottle of drink. So yeah, but it's green and it's all soft, so I'm gonna take that as my find for today. Whenever I go fishing, I always take something home. Normally a stone with a hole in it, normally, because I've got quite a few of them. And I just put it in my box. When I get them and see it again, I'll take it out and put it on my bench. I'm getting a right little haul now. I always take something home to remind me of that day. Some things I'll not remember where I got it from. Other things like that, specific, I'll probably will remember where I got it from. And then when I'm dead, and I'm in a coffin, and the kids go in my garage, and they say, what's all this shit? I'll leave it for them to clear away. Give them something to do, wouldn't it? I've took my hat off now. It is not cold, but that sun's gone in with grey cloud. Let's hope it's not rainy cloud. Getting a bit more cloud cover now, but I've got mustard top on, heated jacket, and it's on blue now. I did put it on green, but I then put this red coat on, and within 2 minutes of putting this on, I had to turn it down to blue. So heated jackets on, nice and snug, hoodie, and this coat, which is my Reed's coat. Very expensive, very light, never gets wet and stays wet because it dries pretty quick, because it's impervious for stuff getting through, because every joint is welded as well. So it's got a liner inside which is thermal and wicks sweat away and dries because it's open at the bottom. So yeah, since I put this on, it's like having my shelter up. If it got worse than this, I would be thinking about putting my shelter up, but it's there's no stones to weigh it down. Anyhow, I'm going because I'm rattling on again, innit? Anyhow, that's the next one out. Let's hope we catch. I don't think I will, but you never know. But this mark is a bit slow, but it is beautiful to fish because of, yes, it's hard work getting over there for drones like me, but once you're in it, it's better. See you in a bit. I don't know if that'll record for long. I can always change the battery though. No weed on the line, so hopefully we've got none on the underwater. Now I can see the weight. Feels heavy. What's that on there? Bit of plastic. I don't believe it. I kid you not. There can't be many of them, but see this label here? That's a Buxton bottle label. And over here, earlier, was a Buxton bottle label that I was going to pick up. And it's gone. So it was down there. So I kid you not, where I casted, which was out there, and you'll be saying there's more than one Buxton fishing bottle label. There probably is. But I don't think so, because it was as manky as what that was. In fact, if I saw that now, I'd think, oh, I must pick that label up, which I will do. What's the odds on that going out there and my line picking it up? Sun's out again now. Might have to take my snuggly heated jacket off. Right, got the rig already baited. I was quite lazy and thought I'll just bait them up when they come in, but I haven't, and it's better for it. Right, we got on there that bait that I said I was going to cut in half, and what it is prawn wrapped with a bit of squid. Cut it in half and it's on each hook, look. So that's it. Size 2 hook. I'm gonna hit stuff in a minute, isn't I? There goes the bloke with the mental dog. By saying that, what I actually mean, because I know what I mean, is that that's the dog that when I walked Duke, my daughter's dog, was like a rabid dog. It was unbelievable. And he just carried on walking as though it weren't his problem, but the problem was his dog. Problem was his dog. So I've got the shelter out. Too hot. I'm not taking this heated jacket off though. I'm taking the hoodie off because I've been on the phone to Mike, my mate. He doesn't sponsor me, he's just a friend, and any Achios or any Fish Anywhere rods, give him a ring. I do believe he's selling the Achios Nitron rod at this moment in time for £465 last time he told me, which is, I guess, the cheapest anywhere in the country, as far as I know, which is just case of tackle really. I think they retail at £530. Don't know why. That's what they retail at, I believe. And Mike is selling them at a deal. If it isn't £460 or £465, yeah, it's whatever it is on the day. You click on it and think, oh, that's not a bad price. Yeah, I'm not here telling you how much it is. I'm not here telling you how much you can get it for. I'm just telling you he sells them cheap. And the last price that I saw was £465, I think, plus delivery. So yeah, go check Mike out for Akios rods, any fish anywhere rods, Akios reels, Asso line, Asso leaders, Innova stuff, breakaway. Don't know if he does breakaway, but he probably does. I think he does. Gemini tackle. He supplies all Gemini tackle. It may even be a few p cheaper than Gemini tackle. But again, that was the last time I spoke to him, which was a year ago about it, because I don't go in there all the time talking about stuff. He's just a mate. He's someone that I ring up once or twice a week and have a chinwag with him. I also go round his and help him make leads, put leads together, generally get in the way, talk. I think I just go round rarely, so he's got some company while he works. And if I chop some bits off the leads and get them ready for him to package up to send out, then I help him while I'm there. Right, if it gets any hotter, I'm taking this heated jack off. As a matter of fact, I'm going to turn my hand warmers off now, because it is now warmed up. Can't even see if they're working. No. That's gone. That's gone. Right, they should stop now working. Oh, yeah, getting hot. Got too snuggly in this. Matter of fact, I might be taking this off in a minute. So we've had some rain come across. It's all got wet. I got my shelter up and held it down. So I just put it up. I've done it twice now. Just use it like a brolly. But I've left it there. Look, I've left it there ready to get back up again if I need it. But I don't think I will. I'm hoping now with this heat, and I can't see any rain coming from there. The last lot of rain just come from nowhere. As a matter of fact, when I was on the phone to Mark, I said, mate, it is sleeting. So here I could see it coming down, and I was thinking, that's going a bit slow to be rain. And then I looked at it as it hit the stones, and then I watched it melt. So yeah, today, March the 14th, it has sleeted. Right, we've got prawn and squid out there, little tiny wrap. It's always hard there, but if you're going to catch here, it's going to be on the ebb mostly. I'm sweating now. Can't remember last time I sweated like this. Weren't doing work, I'll tell you. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to finishing John's rod. I've got to give it a wipe down and a clean, and then get the bonder seal out and bonder seal the top section with the eyes on. It's a skilled job, I'll tell you. But I weren't stripping it down and starting from scratch. I've just, it's a splash and dash with a repair. 2 repairs, because I had to repair an eye as well. And then I've just got to sort something out with the butt section, because I'm not happy with it. But it's so minor, John probably wouldn't even see it, and he's certainly not bothered. I don't know why I'm taking so much time, not time, but putting so much effort in, because John just wants it as a fishing rod. Do you know what I mean? he'll probably end up throwing it down the beach in a temper tantrum when he catches nothing but undersized whiting. Because it's been known in the past. But yeah, now I'm going to do it, Rice. And he deserves it. John puts a lot of effort into everything that he does. He certainly does a lot for the fishing community and all the match fishermen, sorting out matches and stuff, so that people have got stuff to do that they enjoy to do, even though he enjoys it himself. But if people don't put matches on, there aren't no matches, is there? They'll just be the matches that are about normally, but he does extra. So, and go check John Spalton out on Facebook, because he's now got a clubman match. Basically, if you're anywhere in the UK or anywhere within the UK, I believe, if you win one of your matches that you fish in a club for, and you come first or second, depending on how many people are in the match, it depends, you can then put your name into John's match, which is a clubman match, which means there's going to be a match in October, November time. Check him out on Facebook for the exact details. And to enter that, you have to win or come second in your match. And it's looking like there might be 200 to 400 people if you enter fishing. It's a pegged match. It'll be on the Norfolk coast. It'll be pegged, which will be probably one of the biggest pegged matches if he gets the numbers. It started to rain again. Fucking hell. Yeah, go check him out on Facebook, and if you like doing matches and you didn't know about it, get yourself entered, because it'll be something you enjoy doing, won't it? You just got to decide whether you're going to drive all the way to Norfolk to be in it. But then there's going to be good prize money. Fuck it. Right, I'm going. It's raining. I'm getting back in my shelter. See you in a bit. Well, it's 3:30. I must have been on the phone to Mike for an hour. The water started going out already, look. I've just noticed that as well, because I walked round there and the water was probably a foot away from the little stones that are at the bottom. So I didn't walk on the mud, I walked on the stones. So the tide's on the way out, as you can see here as well, that this tide pushed this grass all up there around there. So yeah, tide's on its way out, and 4 o'clock is the time I said I would pack up, but I can fish till 4:30. So I've got a bait down there. I've gone for squid again with the guts in. Some of that will fall off though. So I've got that. I might chuck it over that side. I've chucked out there twice. I've chucked in the gully in the drain twice. I might chuck to the left, see what we get. Be nice to catch a flounder. Can't see it though. Went about catching today. You see, I'm not here. I'm not a fisherman that goes out to catch. Catching is a byproduct of fishing, and it does make it more enjoyable, especially on a long session. Pulling that fish out is rounds the session off, and it is exciting, and everything else that comes with fishing. It's not like winning the lottery, let's be honest, but think how much fishing you could do if you won the lottery. It's raining again, so I've had sleet and rain. Keep getting this shelter put up, but I've got a cast there, and I think I've got one worm left in the wrap, so I might as well use that up. So 2 casts, so I'll do 2 casts and go. So it won't be 4, it might be 15:15, 20 past. I ain't got far to go with the van. 50-minute drive and then I'm on the sofa after I put my gear away. Have a cup of tea and something to eat, preferably, because I'm going to be drinking beer tonight. And yeah, have I enjoyed myself? Yes, I have. the main thing for my fishing is coming to somewhere I enjoy coming. That would be the river, in numerous spots along this river, and it'd also be the beaches or rocky marks or wherever that I can get at in my present state. Once I'm there, I prefer it if I'm on my own. By that I mean I haven't got someone 10 yards away keep tangling up with me. I'm quite happy to fish with other people. Sometimes I like to fish on my own, sometimes it's nice to have company. But mainly I like to go where there's not many other fishermen. In my present state, that's a little bit more difficult now than what it used to be a couple of years ago. So I now go to beaches where it's easy access and you get more people there. But it don't matter, I go fishing during the week, so I go and I give it the best shot I've got. Once I'm there, I enjoy taking in this scenery. I enjoy the weather, if it's sunny, not too hot, not too cold. You know, typical Englishman. And that's what I enjoy. And if I catch a fish, all the better. Some people just go fishing to catch fish, and if they don't catch a fish, they're jarred off. And some, if they don't catch the right fish, they're rarely jarred off, which I can't get my head around really. But there, that's my fishing. That's my rod. I'll bring you back when I reel it in. Next bait out will be 2 bits of squid with guts. See you in a bit. Oh, I've just been nodding off on my box. I've just been telling you everything that I enjoy about fishing, and I've got it here today. And I'm lying there and I just dropped my head down and shut my eyes and was, oh, it's lovely. You know when you just start nodding off, but you're not nodding off properly. And then you suddenly wake up because you have. Oh, it's bloody beautiful. I think I'm only going to have one more cast. Time is getting on because I've just been lying there sleeping. So, oh, it's lovely. That's what I love about fishing. Some people say, Vern, you're so bloody... Look at that rain over there on the horizon. People say, well, you're always moaning and groaning, but that's me. That's what I am. I enjoy it. And some people store it up, don't they, and talk to walls and stuff and whatever. I just come fishing and just sort of like, if I've got something to say, I'll say it. But I do that in any aspect of life. I'll even do surprise visits back to work if I'm not happy. So my last bait is on there. I'm gonna hull it over to the left, but then I've got this still bit of water. I've got a tide line coming around there, and then it's going to this channel, and then I've got another tide line the other side. I don't know whether to cast to the further tide line to the left of this drain or to where this hole is, where there's a certain disturbance. Might just cast past it, so I land the weight in the left further away tide line, and then as it sinks down to the bottom it'll be nearer this one. But yeah, well, we've got a video, haven't we? That's the main thing. I've got out and breathed some fresh air and used my igloo as an umbrella. Trouble is, where my hands were touching the igloo, the water's come through because I was where the rods are on the seam. So summertime, springtime, which is only 6 days away. For all you that are saying it's spring, well, that's what the Met Office say. That's not technically right, is it, if you go by the old ways? And the old ways, people always say the old ways are best, and then they say it's suddenly spring. Well, it's still winter. Spring, first day of spring is on, by the equinox, is on the 20th of March. So it's bloody lovely, isn't it? I'm lying there with this sun baking down on me. I've cooled down now. I have to turn my heated jacket off and take my hoodie off. And oh, it's lovely. I'm even getting sunburnt because I've been in the sun for 20 minutes. I've got all rough skin on the top of my ears. I think at some point in life they'll chop them off. I'll probably end up doing it in the garage. A pair of tin snips. I shan't be doing that, children. That's not what you should do. If you get scaly skin on your ears, always go to the doctors and see what they say it is. That's what you should do. I was just jesting then. Oh, I am a wag, ain't I? People are looking at me, think I'm mad. Another mental sod walking about with shorts on. It's not that bloody hot. Well, I suppose I ought to get this in because time is drifting on, but I don't want to. I just want to sit here and relax. But I'm not going to reel this in. We'll get this car today. Got good bait on as well. I don't really need to bring it in to change. This bait would probably be all right until I finish because it's still on there. Yeah, so the next session I do will be at the back of the van, and this video is going up this Wednesday. Like I say, it's the 14th today, so it will be going up on Wednesday. I shall, hopefully on Monday or Tuesday, go to somewhere else to fish out the back of the van, and that'll be my in the bank video for the following Wednesday in 2 Wednesdays time, and then that'll then give me the rest of the week, in the latter part of the week or the early part of next week, in 2 weeks time, to get another video done to which hopefully, if it's nice weather, it'll be on the beach. If it's lousy weather, I'll tell you now, I'll be at the river. Just to the right of that watermark, tide mark, but it's in there. So, yeah, because at the end of the day, these videos have to work for me, and I like to have them in the bank because again, closest mark is 50 minutes away, which is this river. At any mark along here, it's 50 minutes. The coast is an hour and 20 to an hour and a half, and that's Yorkshire coast or the Lincolnshire coast. And you know, there's a cost, isn't there? There's a cost of fuel, there's the cost of wear on your vehicle. And the good thing about having videos in the bank, if you're sensible enough to do that, is the fact that if it's then lousy weather for a week, you don't have to go out in it. You don't have to be a martyr and think to yourself, oh, got to go fishing in a force 8 or a force 10. But that's what us fishermen do. No, that's what we used to do. That's what I used to do when I was young. And there's plenty of people you could ask, but I don't do that anymore. I'm too old. Maybe if I'd have got my arse together and got my hip sorted. Oh, now I've hooked that. That was lucky. Nearly didn't go past the barb in my Ziplex top. I'd probably be going down wet cliffs, like them cliffs on the Yorkshire coast. If it's been raining, there's no point at all in going down there, because it's a quagmire. It's dangerous. So, like I say, them days are gone. As you get older, you realise you can't do everything like you used to do. By God, she moans as well. Right. That ain't all go in there. So, here we are, tide's going. Weather-wise, we're alright now. Look at that. Absolutely fantastic. Sun's up there, no rain whatsoever, apart from over there. And that ain't coming my way. So we'll pack up with no rain. I might actually put my shelter up so that it dries, and hope and pray that it don't blow away. Best beach shelter you can buy. I don't care what anyone says. If they tell you different, they're lying. That is the best beach shelter ever. You can put that up into the wind, so the wind's blowing on you. You put the spine of the shelter into the wind, and you can put it up so you lay it down the floor to the width you want. You put all the stones or sand on your skirt, you pick it straight up, the wind's blowing onto it, you put the 2 rods in, and it's up. It takes minutes. People say it's too heavy. Well, if you get the Bigelow, it is slightly heavier, but there's more to it. But that shelter, I'm pretty certain I weighed that, because I watched a video and they said it weighed 5 kilos. And I thought, no it don't. I weighed that shelter, it weighed 3.8 kilos. I could weigh it now, but I'm letting it dry. If I get time, I'll do it in this video. 3.8 kilos, that's nothing. I've got another shelter, which is for freshwater fishing really, but I've put skirts on it. I've sewn skirts on it with proper material, and I can now use that on the beach. You've seen it in a video where I was at Sutton-on-Sea with the wife in a force gaily wind. It was terrible, and it was grit blasting us. If I didn't have that shelter, the wife would have been in the van getting cold and moaning at me, but she enjoyed herself. We had a nice time that day and got fish and chips. But that shelter weighs about 1 kilo. With the aluminium poles, it's a bit more. But that's the lightest shelter I've got. So yeah, my book, it's the best shelter. I've got the original IMAX, which was a good shelter, but when you're putting it up in a gale force wind, which I've done on video, it's on video, you can see it. It was grit blast, and it was the same as the one with the wife. It was a nightmare. I got it up eventually, but it was hard work. That I'd have had up in a couple of minutes and I'd have been sheltered. The new IMAX, all I can say about that is I would never buy it. You might buy it because it's cheap. It's got plenty of room. It looks like that, but all the rods are pre-shaped, and the problem is to locate it in the D clips. You have to twist it to then put it in. It ain't just a case of pushing it in and it stays there. You have to twist it to get it in, how it's put together. And it's all right when it's brand new, but you do it on a beach with the wind blowing and there's sand in it, or it's been used a few times, it's a nightmare. I phoned Mike up because he asked me to repair it, which I did, and I said to him, what the heck did you buy this for? It's got to be the worst thing I've ever come across. So I repaired it for him, he used it, and then he went and bought an igloo. I want a red igloo, because that's the other thing with igloos now. I do believe they make a green one. I think I've seen a camouflage one. We do not want freshwater fishing into sea fishing. We want bright colours. You don't want yellow, because yellow you'll just get covered in flies. But the red igloo is my favourite colour. So I've asked John to keep his wits about him if he comes across one. He told me last night his mate's selling one for 80 quid, but he think he sold it now. So I need a bit more notice than that. But it was broken, one of the poles was broken, and I don't think 80 quid is too much. Danny give me this one, give me it for nothing. There was a pole broken in it at the back, which I repaired, which you can see there. And because I'm brilliant and clever, it's still okay today. But yeah, this is coming to an end. Next thing you'll see me is reeling this rod in and saying, see you later, alligator. Well, that's it. Let's get this in. I've got to go. It's too long already. This is the reeling. I've had no indication of a bite on it. Get the timing quite right on that. Right, well, that's it, folks. Can I get this? Where's the picture? So I've got the top of the rod in there, so that's me done. Right, this has been a session. It's not a prolific mark. I've never known it to be, but you got to keep coming, give it a go, haven't you? And because you never know, do you? It's still raining over that side, but I'm getting off. It's now It's now 4:30. I should have been packed up for 4 o'clock really, but I'll just get to the party late. That's all that matters. I've got to walk down anyhow, so that's a mile. So I've got to walk a mile. Brilliant. Anyhow, this has been fishing on what some might say is a deadly pause there. Some might say the River Humber, others would call it the Humber Estuary, but this is where I've been today. I've been there, the outfall pipe. We have caught nothing. It has been lovely. There's been a few showers. I've sheltered under my shelter, holding it down like He-Man. Less talking about her, the better. And I've been on my box in the sunshine. We've had sleet, sun, rain, wind, strong wind. Luckily we've had no lightning, so it's been a nice day. It's been nice here. It was brilliant sleeping on my box, nodding off, but we've had no fish, So we've had everything, 90% of what's good about fishing, but we haven't caught a fish. So it's the first blank. Well, it's another blank this year, but I do keep catching in between. Next session will be probably at East Holton. If it's nice Monday or Tuesday, I'm going to zoom over there because I can fish out the back of the van. It won't knacker me up too much, and then the next day when I'm at I'll be able to finish John's rod off hopefully. And after that, if the weather is good, we will be getting onto the beaches. Not that I love sand, flipping hate it, but it's different, and the main thing for me is the fixed bills will go away and out will come the multipliers. So I'm looking forward to that. I can't wait. Got more reels to show you. One that I've totally made up myself, even had to do some machining in my shed. Only with a pillar drill, but I'll show you that. It is quite, I was so lucky with the drill size and that it was perfect. And yeah, well, this has been it. This has been a blank. This is the Humber Estuary, whatever you want to call it. And I've enjoyed myself. Thanks for coming along. Press that hype button many times. You helped me out a lot. Thank you to all my subscribers, all my members. Keep doing what you're doing, and I hope I keep doing what you enjoy doing. I'll see you anon. Let's get hot, Vern, and let's sweat. Let's get all snuggly.